What is going on? Oh wow. Okay, hang on, y'all. This is live. Y'all know that. All right. So we just making it happen. All right. Can you hear me now? All right. You can hear me now. Listen, it is Tuesday, and it is a few days before Thanksgiving. And y'all, let me tell you something. I'm here in Charlotte, North Carolina. I don't know where you are watching from, but it is our tradition that when we come on the air, that you would put in the chat where you are watching from, what city, what state, what country you're watching from. And I'm telling you something, I can hear the rain falling down here in Charlotte. I mean, it is really, really coming down. And so we're going to see how we do with this internet thing tonight. But if you are watching, wherever you're watching from, I see y'all in there. Just put in the chat where you're watching from. And we are excited about our show tonight. Those of you who are local, if you heard the radio show from Saturday, you know that we have a phenomenal guest that's going to be on with us tonight. And she is a good friend of my wife's best friend, Mrs. Michelle Mitchell of Mitchell Consulting. And so we are going to have a great show tonight. And so without any further ado, let me bring on Michelle Mitchell.
Good evening, Tony. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can.
I can't see you. There you go. So
Okay.
I don't know if the delay is on my end or if it is on Dante's end. We don't know, but we hear, and I can hear you. I can hear you great. And we got Janice Leak, otherwise known as the Rainmaker from Upper Marlboro, Maryland, is tuning in tonight. So Janice, thank you for being here. Michelle, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
You doing good?
Yes.
I know that you were out in Vegas for the QuickBooks conference.
That's right.
Alice Martin is in the house. Alice Martin is in the house. So Michelle, tell me what's going on. How was the QuickBook conference? Did you come back with some things, some more information? What's going on?
So the QuickBooks conference for me this year was really more about networking and connecting with other well, strategically I was like seeking out places where I could connect with other people to speak or things like that, do workshops and things. So but the conference was really good. We always have a good host for the conference, and Ryan Reynolds was the keynote, which was hilarious.
I'm not familiar with Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
I gotta look him up.
Yes, Ryan Reynolds, the actor, but he's also a business owner.
Okay.
So
I probably would recognize him if I saw him. I just don't know the name.
Oh yeah, Deadpool.
Okay.
What else? He has the phone company, the cell phone company.
Okay.
I forgot the name of it, but he has the cell phone company.
Okay.
So he was the keynote speaker, but the speaker I enjoyed the most, her name was Jade. And she is a classic pianist, but she's also a motivational speaker. And there was someone from Charlotte that got picked from the audience that that got to be on stage with her. His name is Tony, but I don't remember his last name.
I know him.
You know him because I met up with him like the day before, and then I was shocked that he got picked to be on stage.
His name is Tony.
His name is Tony. Yes.
Seems like somebody in Charlotte named Tony that would just come right up.
I know, right?
I wonder who that was. And he's in
Charlotte. He's an accountant, but he's in Charlotte.
Okay.
And he knows you because I'm like, I co-host a show called The Real Money Coach. It's on the radio on Saturday mornings. He was like, Tony Jackson? And I'm like, yes.
Okay. Well, that's good. Yeah. That's good to know.
Yeah, so that's good.
So your good friend and our guest good friend and my good friend Tony Harris Taylor would say that's viral, right?
That is viral.
I mean, I
Right.
wasn't even in the room.
You
So
weren't even in the room.
Tony
Yeah,
Harris Taylor, thank you for doing what you do
right.
and getting us all on that level. I love it, love it.
That's
So
right.
yeah, we'll have to maybe before the end of the show, you'll remember who that was. And
Yeah, I can probably bring up a picture of
yeah,
him
yeah.
and
So
yeah,
I probably will know him. Maybe
yeah,
I will.
you would know him.
So
Yeah.
that's pretty awesome. Well, seeking out those speaking opportunities and all that stuff,
Yes.
that's good. I mean, that's
Yeah.
good. That's what we want to do. That's the next level, right?
It
Is
it
just
is
to,
the next level.
you do what you do very well, and then you go to the next level. And
Right.
so I had a great conversation today about doing a whole speaking kind of series next year. So we'll
Mhm.
see what happens with that. For me, it's like, you got to get the speaking engagement, you get paid for that. And then, if they will just buy like 100 books or something for the conference,
Right.
those type of things. So I
Yes.
enjoyed doing that. I mean, it's a lot of fun. I mean, I love it, right? I actually love
Yes.
it. So looking forward to doing more of that in 2024. It's in the business plan, Michelle.
That's right.
It's in the business plan.
The
So
strategic plan for 20 like
now, here's the thing, Michelle. Let me just tell you this real quick, and then I want us to just spend a few minutes, maybe telling folks who are watching how they may be able to make sure that they're not overspending on this thing called Black Friday, right?
right.
But last week, Michelle, our guest, Afron, he talked about this. You know how we have talked about we talk about not working in your business,
Yes.
but working on your business.
Correct.
You
Yes.
believe in that wholeheartedly, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Listen, he threw something else on it.
What'd he
He
say?
said, I don't want you working in your business. I don't want you on your business. I want you working above your business.
I want to be a shareholder of the business.
Yeah. He like
Yes.
your goal ought to not even be on the organizational chart.
Correct.
Yeah.
You're the shareholder.
I'm like,
Yeah.
man,
Which
my
I
goal is
went to I went to a session for succession planning,
yeah.
like succession. So not just for your succession, but anyone in your organization succession. So
Yeah.
whether they leave the organization, ascend to a different level or whatever, but
Right.
having that business run completely without you, which
Right.
I know Day is kind of all about, our guest tonight. So
Well, that's gonna be awesome. We're gonna really dig
yes.
into it. And when she was on the radio show, I said, "Listen, just come with some some tips on this email
Oh
deal.
my God. I know, right?
Just come with some tips on this email deal." And
The
so,
email is the death of me. Oh my God.
man, my goodness. So here's the thing too, Michelle. It's Black Friday coming up, right? Black
Yep.
Friday is coming up, and people tend to go out and do a little bit of shopping on Black Friday.
Mhm.
Let's share a few tips with the audience that maybe we could share that would help them stay on plan, in budget,
Mhm.
and all those type of things. So you got anything at the top of your mind that would be a great idea? Hello, Kimberly. Thank you for being here.
First off, I would say don't impulse buy.
Yeah,
Like just because it seemed like it's a good deal, do you ask yourself, do I really need that, or am I overbuying for the people that are in my life? So taking a pause, taking a pause
just because
before
it's on sale doesn't mean
you
you need it, right?
don't mean you have to have it.
See, then what happens is you have all this stuff in your closet, all of
Exactly.
that, and then you need to hire our guest night to come help you
Yes.
get rid of some of that clutter, right?
Yeah. To
You don't want
declutter.
to buy stuff because it's on sale and that kind of thing.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
and the other thing is, of course, having a plan, right?
Just having a plan.
Having a plan instead of, like you said, going out there all willy nilly and that type of thing. And the other thing I would say is take advantage of cashback offers. You know,
Yes.
and even
Mhm.
now, there's more of that available than ever before. It used to be cashback was just on your credit card, your
Right.
American Express, that type of thing. But now they're offering cashback even on debit cards and those type of
Correct.
things. So you don't even have to use your credit card. And there's debit cards now that will also report to the credit bureaus for you, right? On
True.
a debit
Yeah.
card. So
Mhm.
all those things are pretty important to make sure.
Yeah, so basically go into Black Friday with a plan. With
Absolutely.
with a plan, who you need to buy for, what you're buying for, do your research, look at the sales papers, to see where you can get the best deal for whatever it is you're looking for.
Yeah,
And just stay on plan so that you don't live in regret in January.
absolutely. Because that's the thing. Those
Yeah,
bills will come in January, right?
they're gonna come in
So
January.
everything
Yeah,
that you spend in November, December, it's so easy to spend that plastic
yeah,
and yeah, I'm not gonna worry about it until January, but January is
right,
around the corner. So we just want to
exactly.
everyone to make sure that you're not overspending. And like you said, know who you're buying for, what you're buying, what your budget is. Look at the sales, see who's got the best deals. I don't know if
Mhm.
you're one of those people that get out there early on Friday morning um, to, get to the store. Well, they be lining up at the store at 5 o'clock, all this crazy stuff. Yeah, I ain't got time for all that.
Yeah, I think I've grown out of that.
That was cool when we was younger, right?
It was cool when I was younger, but,
I
I'm
guess
over it.
now the people do Amazon, right? You can get Amazon.
Right,
Go crazy on that either, right?
right,
It's
exactly.
the same thing. It's a lot of sales and things that you can get. You can get great deals and all that. But do you really need it? Do they really need it?
True.
And what about giving the gift of financial literacy?
Yes, give the gift of financial literacy. A book.
A
That's
book.
right.
Okay, let's do this. Dante,
Look, or this book.
there you go. So let's get both of these books posted. These are great
Yeah,
gifts for people, and I
great
know
gifts.
we're going to give some gifts away. So if Dante, at some point, if you will just scroll those two information about my book, and there should be one in there, Dante, that we can scroll that has the 50% off discount. So let's do that. And so that's going to be our Black Friday special. Michelle, what we have to do, this is what we have to do. And we're gonna do it. We're gonna have a book launch where we all get together. Maybe when Tony comes
Yes.
to town in November, we could really push it as kind of a book launch with the book that you and Tony are in, and then my book, and then
Yep.
who knows, maybe Dave flies in, has her book.
Ah, maybe Dave will go.
Right. So we could just really make it a great, like almost a book fair almost,
Yeah, that would be
and
awesome.
that would be great. I don't know if we settled on a date yet. I don't know if Tony has
Yeah,
told
I don't
you.
know.
Yeah, I talked to Morgan and I think there was a date, but I'm not sure exactly what that date was. So
Okay.
we'll have to check it out and see. But I think that's a great idea. There you have it on your screen, iPadYourMoney.com, and your discount code is iPad50. iPad, IPAD, all caps, 50, saves you 50% on the book. That is my Black Friday special for our guests who are watching tonight. And
Nice.
it's Increase, Protect, and Dominate Your Money. And that book, Michelle, is your book.
Oh, yes. People, Purpose, and Profits.
People, Purpose, and Profits. There you go. So great way to start off the new year by reading some great books.
Yes.
So Michelle, listen. Oh, let me pause. I do want to do this because I see a couple people that did put in the chat that they were watching, and these three people in particular, I want to thank them for their prayers and everything for my grandson and all that. And I don't even know if you know about some of the stuff that happened last week, Michelle, but we'll have to get you filled in, right? It
Yeah.
was interesting. So, but
Okay.
everybody's good. Everybody's good. Everybody's well. Everybody's home and all that good stuff. So we're
Okay.
looking forward to having a great family gathering for Thanksgiving here at the house. So thank you all
Nice.
so much. So Michelle, why don't you introduce our guest tonight? I'm really
Sure.
looking forward to her sharing some more information. We started to get into a little bit of it on the radio show and found out that we have all of these people and connections in common. It's a small world.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a small world. Wow. Sure. So I would like to introduce our guest for tonight. Um her name is Day Smith, and she's the owner of Simplicity by Day. She's a productivity consultant, a mom, a podcaster, an author, a productivity guru, and a boss. So,
Is
welcome
she
to
a
the
boss?
stage.
Listen,
She's
I
a boss.
love that. She's a boss.
She's a speaker and she's a MC. She did a great job at the Viral Networking Conference. She was
Oh,
the
she was
MC.
an MC. I didn't
She was
realize
the
that.
MC. Yes,
Awesome.
and she did
Okay.
an amazing job.
She did
So,
amazing. Okay.
welcome to the stage, Day.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm so happy to be here with you guys. This is
Yes,
amazing. This is amazing.
welcome.
How are you doing?
Yeah.
And she's a Howard alumni, as she's displaying
Woo,
Right.
woo.
tonight. The
Gotta
real
represent
HU. Is that? I think that's what they say. Is it
the
Hampton
real.
or is it Howard? It's Howard, right?
Don't do me. Don't do me. It's the
Uh-oh.
real HU.
Uh-oh.
Yes, yes.
Oh, awesome. Well, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm so happy to be here. I'm honored to be here, and I can't wait to dive to talking about productivity. I can talk about that all day. So that's my jam.
That's
Yes.
good. Well, before we get into that, I know you're a mompreneur and all those type of things. Tell our people who are watching just a little bit more about you. I know we skimmed the kind of the surface, but kind of give us a
Yeah.
little backstory to who Day Smith is.
Yes, yes. So I am a self-proclaimed modern mompreneur.
Mhm.
I decided 4 years ago that I was going to give myself permission to have a family and build a business simultaneously. Two of probably the most hardest jobs that you could even take on at the same time.
Yeah.
Michelle, Gary, Tony may know as
Yeah.
well. So I decided to do this, and I have not looked back. I have been able to really use my God-given gifts of really creating order, empowering people to want something better to help them to realize their potential. And simple things like digital organization and
Mhm.
productivity, even email management, all these things that hold us back and make us stagnant from reaching our goals. And I love what I do. It's definitely a family business. My kids are always around with me, which is a beautiful thing. My husband helps me in business. And I've been able to really pour all my creative ingenuity into my business, like becoming an author and a speaker and an
Mhm.
MC and podcaster and God knows what else that the Lord has in store for me. But it's been a wonderful journey, and I love what I do. So yeah.
Yes. And Day, you still have that 9 to 5, right?
I still
Yes.
work as a
Yes.
sales and marketing professional. I wouldn't say 9 to 5 because people may think, well, how does she do this? It's not 9 to 5, but it is a
Okay.
full time, yes,
Yes.
career as a sales and marketing professional.
Yeah.
So I do that in the mix of all the things.
Yeah,
Yes.
she's juggling a lot.
You juggle a
Yeah.
lot. If the picture that I saw on the website of your family, your children, I think they're still pretty young.
Yeah.
They are. My son is 8 and my daughter will be 5 next week. So when I started, they were 3 and 9 months. So
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
babes, but
and
yeah.
I'll tell you, you know what that is because my grandson is 8 and granddaughter's 5. You heard me talking about when they get
Yeah.
together. It is when Riley and Cameron get together, man. It's nonstop. So
Yes.
I
It
can
is.
only imagine. I can only imagine.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, it's fun though. I enjoy them in the business. So
good,
yeah.
good. So
So
as a mompreneur and all the different things that you're involved in, the podcasting, all that. So what was the thing that kind of really, because you've mentioned this term, and I would love for you to expand on it. You said you are a modern mompreneur.
mhm.
So tell me
Yeah.
the modern piece on there. That's a significant word in that title.
Mhm.
Tell me a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah. I I believe that the fact that I chose to come into this space as an entrepreneur when I did, one makes me modern. But even more, I really do leverage the times that we're in right now. I leverage technology as an online service provider. So that piece is modern as well. The way I do business is online primarily. I'm able to really leverage all the technology systems tools to be able to be successful. And I just do things differently. I know that I'm present for my children, I'm working still, present for my business. And I'm not feeling the pressure to have to choose all the time. Whatever I feel is right for those three categories is how I move. And I haven't bought into the hustle culture of a business owner. I really lean into doing what is purposeful and using technology and automation when I can't be there. I think the piece is modern as well. So just doing things differently and embracing the ups and downs of this journey has made me what I call a modern mompreneur. And a lot of women in the community are aligned to that. So I find a lot of us are moving the same way as well.
I guess I can call myself modern.
Yes, you can. There you go. Yes.
I'm on the cutting edge.
Yeah,
There you go.
You fodder for sure. So
Yes.
thing that so your business, Simplicity by Design. I mean, you specialize.
Simplicity by Day.
I'm sorry, Simplicity by
That's
Day.
okay.
And so your thing is to help people organize their life and all this. And you know, in a traditional sense, you know, in my imagination, that looks like someone who walks into your house, your office, and they see it and they can tell you how to organize it. How do you do that? I know you talk about technology. Tell me, I'm interested in how that would work when you're in Houston and I'm in Charlotte.
Yeah. So what you're talking about is more physical organization, which is where I really started. You think about like Marie Kondo's and the Home Edit, the Netflix shows. We can come in and physically organize your office, pantry, kitchens, all of that. I use a proprietary system, which is in my book, The Simple Card Process, to do that. But since the pandemic and my love for the digital side of life, I've started to organize your digital space. I find a lot of us have really had trouble in these last few years managing our online businesses, whether we call it an online business or not. But the Zoom meetings, the amount of emails we get, the digital media pad, the systems that we feel like we need for our business to run, all of that is still clutter online that needs to have some sort of order to it. So what I've done is created the same process that I would have put in place physically. I do that digitally. So it's the same strategy, very simple. I mean, very similar processes. And it really does the same way you feel relieved and light and just you feel good, walk a clean home with a clear desk. The same thing you can feel if you look at your email and there's folders that make sense and you don't have a bunch of files everywhere and you don't get stuck on your technology trying to figure out how Zaps work. Those feelings still come from me helping people organize digital life. So those two are, yeah.
Yes. So do you understand Zaps, Tony Jackson?
Oh, yeah.
Well, you know, I was going to get some clarity on the Zaps.
Okay.
I was thinking that here, but tell me about Zaps.
So Zaps are just the tool that connects one application to another. So your Gmail is to talk to your project management system, and the way they do that is through Zaps. That's all. It's a connector.
Okay.
So we say Zaps because that's what it is.
Zapier, is it?
Zapier.
Yeah, Zapier. Zapier is the company. Zap is the tool that's you use. So yeah, Zapier, Zap. He knows about it. He knew about Zapier.
Okay.
Yeah. So
there you go.
You know, it is making my life easier, to be telling you, because you know, a lot of those things where you were manually moving things from one platform to another, you can set up your logarithms and all those type of things, so those things happen automatically. And so that's a good thing to me, because I mean, you all have been on my calendar, which means that you're now on my mail list, which means that
that was the Zap.
All those things can flow together. So, and it's great to have somebody around that can do those things. Hello, Cameron.
Yeah, exactly.
Hi, Cameron.
Hey.
You wanted to come in and say hello? Okay. No, you can't. All right. So
Yeah.
I'm a grandpreneur.
I know,
There
right?
you go. I've had grandmapreneurs on my show and dadpreneurs, so
Yeah,
come on,
yeah.
tell them
And if
about
that
it. Yeah.
Riley is here, she's really. I mean, if she hears the computers or Zoom going, then she's like a magnet to it. And so
Same,
he's 18 months old. So if
same.
he was upstairs
Wow.
taking bath, he'd be right here. As soon
Okay.
as he hears me on here. So
Right.
Yeah, you gotta just embrace it and don't try
Yeah,
to give them the stiff arm. Just let 'em come in, say
right.
hello. It's helping their public speaking skills,
that is
and
true.
then they'll go away if you don't fight it. I've learned. I'm like, come on, all right, kiss, hug, bye bye.
Yeah. And then
They definitely,
yeah. And then
yeah,
you get
yeah.
that your attention and all that good stuff. So
There you go. Just let
and
them
I tell you what, it's even better being a grandparent because they're gonna go home tonight. So
see.
I'm not gonna be up during the night or anything, but
Right.
Yeah,
it's golden. It's golden. It's golden. So
I bet.
Yes.
I bet.
let's
Yeah.
let's talk a little bit. I don't want you to give away the store, so to speak, but can you share a few tips with us that maybe the
Yeah.
audience would maybe pick up on?
I find that most of us who are running businesses or just professionals, we really do with email. That is like the bane of our existence. We have multiple email accounts. We have email that comes through. We unsubscribe. It doesn't go away because it keeps sending it to us. Um, you don't really have organization. Email is really having order in your email is important because a lot of your business conversations, client versions, team communications start with email. We still haven't
Mhm.
moved away from that to whatever technology is next. That lead comes in through email, So you have to really prioritize getting it organized. So it's sometimes surprising to me that we've gone this long and people have probably never had anybody even help them with email organization. They've hired a financial coach, they've hired marketing coaches, they hired
Mhm.
messaging coaches. They probably have never hired a productivity coach, even though it can save them so much money and time and give them peace. And so we often, yeah, Michelle's like, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm doing one thing like on my soapbox, trying to just tell people like you don't have to live that way. You don't have to have tens of thousands of emails in your inbox. You don't have to keep buying new storage because your inbox is full. You know, you don't have to feel like that. There's a way. And so what I will say, I will give you 3 tips. So the first thing is that most of the solution for email management starts in the settings. It's like you got to go behind the scenes, tweak the settings, optimize the settings. That will get rid of probably 75% of your issues with email. You can't do it in the inbox where you go in and mass delete. You can't just create folders here and there. Going in the settings and doing some optimization can help you to delete junk mail and can help you create folders and labels, can help you automate, can help you consolidate email inboxes or forward things out. So using the settings to really start to optimize your email is important. That's where you go to like do all the things. The next thing is think about automation for your email. Like Tony mentioned, we talked about Zapier. What
Mhm.
integrations can you add to make your life easier to take your email from it coming in to now doing something with it and taking action? Whether it's creating a task, whether that's setting up a Zap so that it goes to your project management system, whether that's automatically sending it to someone else, or just deleting it from your inbox altogether because that's not something that you need. It just skips the
Just
inbox
delete
altogether.
it.
Yeah,
Just get
all
rid of it.
those things can
Yeah.
be automated so you don't have to do anything. You go in the settings, you automate those things, and it organizes it for you. And the next tip I would say is really leveraging templates so that you're not having to repeat tasks over and over and over and over again. There's a way for Outlook and Gmail to create templates. They're called templates in
Mhm.
Gmail. They're called quick parts in Outlook. Whatever commonly phrased emails you send out, create templates so that if you are checking your email, if you are corresponding, you collapse the time and you shorten the time that you're actually doing the thing in the email. So if you have a template that you send automatically to your a lead, or automatically after a call or whatever,
Right.
you make sure that you create templates so that you're not retyping the same thing that has all links, all the information in there. So if you just did those 3 things, I think that will make a world of difference for you when it comes to email management. So
Let me ask you this.
yeah.
We're living in this world of AI. How does
Hmm.
AI play a part in this organization and becoming more organized
Yeah.
and making my day more simple?
Yeah. So I would say AI is my best friend and it should be yours.
Mhm.
Because
Yes.
I am on that AI bandwagon like nobody's
Me
business.
too.
I don't know who, if you don't love AI, maybe you're not doing it right, because it talk about apps and time. It helps so much with starting or creating like a foundation for something you want to do. So whether that's creating content, that's using AI that's built into a system that you use. A lot of
Mhm.
systems that we use have AI. It's like a little robot icon that you can use to help you. But we've been using it for years. We just haven't really, it kind of blown up this year. But
Mhm.
Right.
Siri is AI, GPS is AI, all that is really
Yeah.
artificial intelligence. So when you're getting organized, it does help to really leverage some of that just to speed up the time that you're spending on doing it, to keep you accountable. It can help with create new processes for you to
Mhm.
help you to be able to reach your goals for whatever you want to do. So if you're not using AI, I've done work to study it and how you can use it from a productivity standpoint. I've done workshops on it, and I think that it's one of the biggest additions to business owners this year is leveraging AI the way we have. So yeah.
Is there a,
I
is there a particular AI that you like are high on your list?
Yeah, so I think a lot of us, we love Chat GTP. So
Mhm.
Chat GTP is open AI, open.ai, that's the domain, but it's Chat GTP. There's a free version and a paid version. The paid version is a little bit better because it's more regulated, it's accurate. But I do like Chat GTP. But again, many of your tools, StreamYard may have AI feature, like
Absolutely.
everything, yeah, has an AI feature where you don't have to go to Chat GTP. Whatever you're doing, you can use that for it to create content or create ideas or give you
Yeah.
feedback on something. So it's everywhere, and you can use it in your system or go to Chat GTP for like the basic things.
Yeah, my project
Yeah.
management system just launched their AI tool within it, and you can
Yeah.
type it because I'm working on my OKRs for 2024, and you can
Okay.
type in your OKR, and it will give you your action steps. It will
OKR. I don't know what is the OKR.
objective key results.
Got it. Okay.
Objectives and key results. So your objective, so if you put in your objective, it will come up with, and you tell it what you want your key result to be, it will map out your action steps
To
to
get there.
reach that key
Oh,
result.
nice. See,
Yes,
magic,
I was
magic.
like, "Whoa."
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Yeah,
pretty awesome. There,
yeah.
there's so much out there in the AI, and of course, in the right hands, in the wrong hands,
Yeah.
as with
It's
anything.
coming
Yeah.
to your financials as well. QuickBooks just
Wow.
launched, well, they haven't launched it yet. It's gonna be, QuickBooks Assist,
Mm.
and it
Okay.
will be able to tell you things that's happening in your financials. Like,
Wow. Oh my
yeah,
goodness.
yes.
This,
Revolutionary.
It's
yeah,
yeah,
for sure,
That's
for
it's
sure.
happening
crazy. Yeah.
fast.
Yeah.
So, Dave,
Yeah.
tell us a little bit. Michelle mentioned that you're an author, and I know that you've
Yes.
written books. So, tell us a little bit about your books. And
Yes. So you guys know Tony Harris Taylor. I got with Tony at the end of 2021. 2021? I believe so. I may be 2020. Anyways, I signed up with her and for her to coach me, and I said, I want to write a book. I've been working on this book for 6 years
Mhm.
and I want to finish it. Right. And she told me, gave me a formula, told me what to do, how to write it. I was like, I got these kids, I don't have time, but she coached me through how to do it. And this book is called Your Home's Love Language. So if you're familiar with the love language concept by Gary Chapman,
I love
talks about,
the I love languages. Yeah.
yes, I love that. So I believe organization is your home's love language. Okay.
Mm.
It's not clean your home. It's not maintenance on your home. It's not all that. It's really where you give to your home a little extra care and it gives back to you. And that's the reason why it's a love language. You think about, that's the whole concept of you give to others and they give to you. So this is my ode to organization, and it's a tip book where it walks through 10 steps on organizing and decluttering any room in your house. If you follow these 10 steps, you can take any room, and it's a tip book, and it also shares a little bit about my story on how I became this organizing guru, so to speak. So that's the first book. The next book is actually an anthology with Tony Harris Taylor and a few others. It's about viral networking for drastic results. So we talked about going viral earlier. If you're a business owner and you are curious about how to make your networking work, this book is a really good one to get known, get connected, and get paid through networking. And George Fraser wrote The Four, which I know we all know him, Dr. George Fraser. And then the last book is called Moms Who Boss Up. So another anthology. I was contacted by an author, Tam Luck, and she has a series of blank who boss up, women who boss up. And so she had to put together some women who had bossed up post-pandemic. What do we do to pivot in the face of uncertainty? How do we manage? How do we change our business? Which my story was, I went from physical organizing to digital organizing, and I was able to build that online business and be successful. But there are a lot of powerful stories in this book. And the thing about these anthologies, as you know, Michelle, because you are part of that, you build a community with the authors.
Yes.
These are both best-selling books. And you now have a connection with all these authors in the book and support one another. But I want to gift these 3 books to the audience here because I want you guys to be inspired to organize your home, to boss up as a mom, or to step out and network so you go viral in your business. So we can give those away for sure.
Well, listen, we're going to, if you're listening, you're in the chat. The first 3 people that put in the chat that they want one of those books, put 1, 2, or 3, and the first 3 that do that, well, I'll get your information. I'll get it today, and we will get you the books. We'll get you the books. So we're going to give those away. So if you're watching live tonight, or if you're watching the recording and we haven't given them away yet, make sure you do that, and we will get these books to you, and all 3 of them. And so how, if someone wanted to, if someone doesn't actually, get the free books tonight, how would we got Janice. All right. And as you may not, you probably have met Janice. You may have met Janice. Her and Dr. Fraser have been friends for 40 years. And Alice.
All 3.
And I'm actually on a Zoom meeting every Thursday evening with Janice, the Rainmaker League, and Dr. Fraser. The 3 of us host this Zoom meeting every week. And so Janice wants number 3. We're going to give one to Alice, and I actually want that first one to give away as a gift.
Okay.
True.
Yes, I'll sign them and I'll send them to y'all. Absolutely.
So I will get you that information. I have your contact information. I have these ladies' contact information. So we'll make sure that we get those books to them. So now my question is here. We have an inspiring mompreneur. She wants probably she's got the children, she's got a husband she's taking care of. She's got the 9 to 5, and she's got this passion, this thing that the Lord has planted in her, and she wants to turn that into a business. And so now, what would you advise her to do? having walked that journey yourself, still walking it, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Still in the midst of it. What advice
Yeah.
would you give that mom that's watching tonight?
All right. So this is 2023 day talking, not 2020 when I started 2019. I tell her to just do it. Just
Mhm.
just do it. Don't worry about the time, and it's never gonna be perfect. Don't worry about money. You're not gonna have all the money you want. Just do it. Your community will come, opportunities will come, and do it with a spirit of service. Okay.
Mm,
Mm.
Always think about how you can serve others. That is the key to success, I believe. You already have it in you because you probably are serving your family, your
mhm.
career, and other areas. Apply that spirit of service to your business and just do it. I mean, why not? Give yourself permission to do it. That's what I would tell. So that's just me. I'm like, girl, do it today.
Here's the interesting
Exactly.
concept
And
go ahead, Michelle.
do it scared.
Do
Like
it
you don't,
scared.
yeah,
Yes.
you don't have all the answers,
Right.
but they will
No.
be revealed to you as you do it.
Mhm.
People don't believe me when I say that because I've said this a couple times on the show. Like, you have to take the first step, and then the resources, the support, whatever it is you need, it will show up to meet your foot, and you will not fail. You will
True.
not.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Um, and I love that, Michelle.
Yeah.
Do it scared. Do it
Do it
scared.
scared.
Because if you ain't scared, if
Right.
you don't have a little bit of fear, then
Yes.
maybe that goal ain't really big enough,
You're
right?
right.
You know,
Yeah.
maybe,
Yes. Yes.
I mean, it's time out for playing safe, right? For playing small ball. It's time for us to go. There's too much out there.
Yes.
There's too much success to be had. There's too much influence. There's too much difference to make in our community and the
Mhm.
people that we
Mhm.
serve. And if
Yeah.
we're sitting on our hands, it ain't getting done, right?
Yeah.
So,
Right.
I think it's too much out there and it's too much in here for you not to do it
Yes.
because
right,
there's too
Exactly.
much in here. Like, come on now. You got something you need to get out and serve
Mhm.
people with. So why you tripping? Why you doing that? Somebody
Right.
needs is waiting on you. So
Yes,
yeah.
someone is waiting on you, exactly.
someone is
And
waiting.
Yeah.
if
You
you
know
just
the
take the
answer.
focus off yourself and put it on the people who are waiting for you, to me, it's easier to do it because they're
Mhm.
waiting for you,
Right.
you know?
You're the
And if
answer to
you
someone's prayer.
exactly.
You
Yeah.
really are. You really are.
Mhm.
And you
Yeah.
know, and
Yeah.
I don't know if he actually was the one who originally coined it, but I was listening to a sermon by Miles Monroe the other day, and he just talked about how the graveyard is the richest place on earth
Mhm.
because you have all these wonderful ideas, all these things that people have taken to the grave with them that
Mhm.
were million
Mhm.
dollar ideas that, you know, and but they just didn't act on it. And so it's
Yep.
a matter of acting on it and taking a chance and knowing that God's got a lifeline for you. If you
Yep.
step out there, he's not gonna let you fall. He's not gonna let you down.
Right.
And everything that you do is not going to be a success. You're going to experience failures, but they're just lessons
They
on the
are.
road
Mhm.
to success. So,
Absolutely.
okay, I did want you to say a little bit about the podcast. When is your
Mhm.
podcast, and who's the targeted audience for it?
So my podcast is called the Modern Mompreneur Podcast. It airs every other Friday on all the platforms as well as YouTube. We do stream on YouTube. And the audience, the listeners are fellow mompreneurs, whether they are grandmapreneurs or
Mhm.
aspiring mompreneurs or dadpreneurs. And the guests are anyone who can serve that population. So anyone who has a resource, a tip, some inspiration for that type of person, that's who we have on the show to share their knowledge. And we've had a variety of guests from realtors to social media strategists to I had Dr. Boyce Watkins and Alicia Watkins on.
Wow.
They're going to be coming on the show, which is amazing because they're a couple talking to mompreneurs and entrepreneurs. So the show has been a great way for me to build community Because when I started, I felt like nobody was raising kids and running a business. I was like, who's doing this crazy stuff but me? So I
I
always knew that I wanted to. I found, so that's the thing, I didn't know that existed
yeah.
until I took that step, and I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna do it. And then I found community. And so I always wanted to create a community. And so the podcast is a way for me to do that. And I love hearing people's stories, even folks I know. I hear their story, how they made it, how they've, pressed forward. And it's so inspiring. And they don't often take time to reflect themselves on how they've journeyed through. So I think
Mhm.
it's even therapeutic for them to
Yeah,
like have
absolutely.
walk through it. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. It's really
Speaking-
great.
Sometimes speaking is really therapy for yourself, right? You
Yeah.
just,
Yeah.
and sometimes, we want to share both our wins, our losses, our battles, our victories, and all these type of things, and just being able to share that with the world is great for us, but it's also great for the people who are getting it, the listeners, and all those type of things. So
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. So
Yeah.
as we're running down here, how would someone, if they wanted to engage in your services and that type of thing, how would they go about doing that? I know you got to
Yes.
organize
So,
a way that happens, or you just like it.
I do. So I do have my page that's the first stop to figure out how we can connect, and that's meetwithday.com. And go there, you'll find where you can learn about the podcast. You can set up a consultation, whether that's a discovery call or you want to network with me. It also gives you access to all my social channels on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, all the things. On those, I am Simplicity by Day, DAY. But if you go to Meet with Day, DAI, you'll see every tab and be able to figure out where we can connect, what would fit for you. So that would be where to start.
Well, awesome. Michelle, any final thoughts? Anything you want to share? Or I mean, this was dynamite guest suggestion,
Yes.
right? I didn't even
Thank
know
you.
that.
Thank you.
Even though we
I
knew so many of the same people, we were talking about Carmen Herrera, Dr. Frazier, Tony
Mm-hmm.
Harris Taylor, Alicia Boyce Watkins, and on and on and on. We knew all these same people, but never had met, and probably been in the same room before,
probably.
and never met there at the Power Networking Conference in Houston. So, so thank you for bringing her and introducing her to the Real Money Coach family. So, any final thoughts, Michelle?
Well, you're welcome. I come across these dynamic women as I'm out here doing my thing, so I've just been offering the opportunity to come on the show. So that's why we've had a few. Um, but Day, like I met Day at Tony's conference last year. She was a speaker last year. And, Tony's all about making those connection calls. And I
Absolutely.
scheduled a one-on-one with Day. And we just over the last year have kept in touch. I think
Mm-hmm.
we may have had 2 connection calls with each
Yeah.
other. And then, I was part of the conference this year, and I really got to know her. So she is a dynamic woman and she's juggling a lot of things. And I'm inspired by Day because one day her son was with her and she was
Yeah.
emceeing. And you know what? That to me, what that teaches that young man about what his mom could do. I'm getting chill bumps right now because that to me is the empowerment of a woman
Wow.
and the things that he is gleaning just because he's coming alongside of her in her day, just like to me it just makes everything
It's,
like it
it's
makes it
powerful.
real. It
Powerful.
makes it
Mm-hmm.
real because you don't even know how that is going to impact that child until they become an adult. And I'm on the other end now where my children are now adults. And these things are just coming out of their mouths. And I didn't teach it to them. They
Right.
saw me walk the walk.
They saw you walk the walk.
Yes. And
Wow.
that's what's happening with your children day. And
Yeah.
one day you're going to look back and say, wow, I cannot believe it. All the sacrifices and everything I had to do to bring them along with me, the things that they learn along the way
Those
is
seeds that are
so
planted.
powerful. And you can never
Wow.
take that away from them.
Yeah,
Wow.
absolutely. Absolutely. So
Thank you. Thank you.
You're
that's
welcome.
pretty awesome. And it is, just growing up, raising these kids. And to see those examples, I think are pretty
Yeah.
powerful. Um, because I remember way back when, and I talk about this oftentimes, that when I preached my first trial sermon, I remember Sister pulled me aside, Sister Brown, she pulled me aside. She said, "Son, that was really good. I just got
Oh.
one thing I want to tell you, some advice I want to tell you from here going forward. People rather see a sermon than hear one."
Yeah.
And I remember that stuck with me.
Mhm.
That was a few years ago.
A few years.
A few years ago. But that stuck with me, and those are the things. You're right. I mean, they'll never see a better example
No.
what you show them,
Mhm.
and I think that's not just in terms of even with our business, but I would say even our marriages, Michelle. Right? I
Yeah,
mean, our
absolutely.
marriages and our relationships, how we interact with each other, and that type of thing. So kudos to you,
Yes. She's doing it.
young lady.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
And like I said, I saw that picture on your website of you and your family, and I was like, that's precious right there.
Yeah.
So
Mm,
absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely. So
Thank y'all. Y'all made my night. Oh, got me all flustered.
but you made
Thank
ours.
Yes.
And I partner put in
Thank
the
you.
chat that you are a new, fresh concept of the modern woman, and
Absolutely.
Thank
so
you, Alice.
that's pretty awesome. Alice, I want my 3 books.
Today.
Love it. So let me do this before we go. I want to wish everyone just a very happy Thanksgiving, and I want you to enjoy your family, because guess what? The work is going to be there come Monday morning.
Mhm.
So be in the moment with your family. Be in that moment with them, because life is short and precious. And
Yes.
so just love your family, love those around you. Be thankful. I mean, it's called Thanksgiving. I mean, come
Yeah.
on, right? And
Get
so
with it. Yeah.
there it is. So with that, I
Yes.
want to wish everyone a wonderful night. Again, thank you, Dave, for taking time out to be both
Thank
on the
you
radio
for having
show
me.
and also here tonight. And that's it. We'll see y'all next week.
All right.
All
All
right.
right. Take care,
Have a
everybody.
wonderful
Good night.
Thanksgiving.